Imagine someone looking at a tropical island postcard and they said, but what if we added unlimited snacks and a wetsuit?
It's not similar to anything else. Flamingos and sloths and otters and birds. And
so much. Hello and welcome to Jump the Queue, the fun and informative podcast that helps you plan, book and make the most of your theme park holidays. I'm Sammie.
I'm Sarah.
And we both work at attractiontickets.com, the UK's #1 experts for Orlando attraction tickets. Now today we're going to take a deep dive into everything that's Discovery Cove, the luxurious Orlando experience where you can relax on a beach, sip unlimited drinks, enjoy all-inclusive dining and swim with incredible aquatic creatures including dolphins, tropical fish and rays. Let's start this episode with a fun game to build your Discovery Cove day. Here's how this game works. Okay, Sarah, I'm going to give you options for each stage of the day and you just choose what you would personally pick to make an ideal day out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so picture this. You've just arrived at the park, you've got your wristband, you're walking around a park that looks like paradise. Where are we going first? Do we go the breakfast buffet, to best sun lounges to set up your base, or are we going straight to the Grand Reef, the earlier the quieter? Which one do you think?
Well, I would be there for opening time, so the Grand Reef would not be open. Otherwise, that would be my choice. So I'm going to make the use of the fact that the water won't be open immediately, and I'm going to go to the breakfast buffet because the sun lounges, there are lots of them. I don't need to set up a base. I'm not going to be spending any time there anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Breakfast buffet would be mine. Like we always tell everyone, don't we, Sarah? The park opens at 9, but you can check in from 7:15. Breakfast is open. This is an all-inclusive day. Like you said, Sarah, nowhere else is open. Go and get your breakfast. That's the first place I'm going to head into. From there, I'd probably go to the sun lounges just to drop all my stuff. Like you said, we're going to be in the water all day, but it's nice to just have everyone loves a HQ, don't they? Where they all come back to. So it's nice to do that. And for the reef, I think if you go first thing in the morning, it's just my opinion. If you go first thing in the morning, it's cold. Because you haven't been in that water at all, have you? You've not acclimatised, not gone used to it. So I personally leave the Grand Reef till later on. Just when you've warmed up a little bit, I think. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah. They're great things to do though. That breakfast buffet is great as well. And anyone that's got allergies or anything like that, just let them know once you're there and they'll show you what you can have as well. Okay, so now we're ready to explore the park. Right, which laid-back exhibit are you going to do next? Well, I just want to do them all, Sarah. Let's just do them all. But which one should we do you think? We can have the lazy river, the Windowery River. I mean, that's just lovely. I think, for me though, I think that's better later in the day. Because I think everyone's so excited in the morning, aren't they? And they all just jump in there and it's just when there's lots of people in, I think later on it becomes a real chilled atmosphere.
So I would do opposite. I would do the river first because I need to acclimatise to the water. So I'm going to do the river and I'm going to get out at the aviary. Yeah. I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm just going to get in the river and go to the aviary. I'm going to get out at the aviary and I'm going to feed the birds because if you like the interaction, they are more interactive, more interested in you first thing in the morning. By the time 3,000 people have been in and fed them the little fruit cups, they're not interested, they don't care. So go do it first thing in the morning if you want the interaction. If you don't like birds, then skip that completely because I know that's the thing. I do need to see the otters. I always need to see the otters, but I feel like they're fairly active all day, so there's not a bad time to see the otters.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And that's a good tip about the birds as well, Sarah, because I don't like that kind of thing. I've never been in that aviary. I just can't stand the thought of anything floating around me. And some people are like that. But I know my friends absolutely love it. So that would be a good tip for me. Go later on in the day. And they won't all be flying around me, will they?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea for sure. I think for me, the freshwater oasis. You're right. You can see the otters all the time, but I think for me that's probably the one I'd go to first. I just love to see all the different animals they've got there, because they've got so many different animals, haven't they?
Mhm. They have. Well. It's not just dolphins and things. They've got flamingos and sloths and otters and birds and
so much.
Just so many things that you don't always see.
Yeah, such a fun day. Everyone always says, don't they, do I need the full day? I think so. Take that time and relax. I think compared to the other parks and the hustle and bustle of those other parks, this is where you recharge your batteries, isn't it? This is just such a chilled day.
It is. It really is. Take things nice and slow. You don't need to rush anywhere. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. It is. So now we've been to breakfast. We've done that, and we've gone and done our favourites as well. So we've unwound a little bit. Let's turn it up a notch or two. What other extra that's so exciting would you add to your day?
The shark programme would be the one that I would do, because I'm a shark girl and that's what my interest is. The dolphin swim is lovely, and if you haven't done it, I would encourage everybody to do it if that's your thing. It's not for everybody. Some people don't like deep water. You're not in deep water, you're only waist deep, but some people it's just not for them. Sea venture again is like walking with a helmet. Let's call it a glass helmet, and you don't need to have scuba experience, you don't need to be certified, you can breathe underwater.
And it was quite interesting actually. I'm glad I didn't do it, because I got to see it from a different level. So I just stood and watched him, and it was quite interesting seeing them all on top of the water, making sure all that oxygen's going into their helmets as well. So it was nice to see it from that level, so I could see that everyone was perfectly safe as well. But he absolutely loved that experience. Looked like a bit like an astronaut with that helmet on, but that was feeding all that oxygen in, so it enabled them to get right down, and walk on the waterbed, and it was a fantastic experience. So I would definitely recommend it for sure.
What I did last time was a different programme, and I think it was called an animal encounter.
Yes.
And you went off and you met a sloth and a macaw, and there was another couple of birds. I think it was a kookaburra.
Oh, there's some great different interactions you can do, isn't it, like that, and go and see all the different animals and what have you. They've got the flamingo mingle as well, haven't they? Mm-hmm. That you can do whilst you're there. There is a bit for you to go and see the flamingos. You don't have to book that as an extra, but the flamingo mingle is just something completely different, so that's always good. But there are so many different animals there, like you've got the little marmosets as well, the little monkeys in the freshwater oasis as well. You get to see those a lot over at Discovery Cove. But those extras.
I was just going to say, one thing that I would like to do at some point is like the Keeper for a Day programme. It's not called that, but the equivalent of the Keeper for the Day programme, where you go round and do everything with that one. That looks amazingly awesome. So I would like to do that at some point.
That'd be lovely to do, wouldn't it? The shark programme, I mean, wow, bit of adrenaline pumping on your lazy day. For sure. Yeah. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Just to swim with sharks and know that you're perfectly safe. That would be amazing.
I miss it from Typhoon Lagoon, so I need to get it somewhere.
That's it. There you go. So there's lots of different extras that you can do. We can sell the dolphin swim. You can do a non-swim. You don't have to swim with dolphins either. You can just go there for the day. We get many people, don't we, that have done the dolphin swim, but they love Discovery Cove so much they just go back and we do what's called a non-swim. So you get exactly the same. There is no difference in your ticket whatsoever. You just don't do the dolphin swim, but you can sit and watch everyone else do it. If you want to sit on that sand and watch them. And I will say, for the dolphin swim, for me, take water shoes. It's a bit rocky, isn't it, when you first get in there? So I think water shoes rather than barefoot I think, with a dolphin swim. And that's your ideal day. It was tough to choose, wasn't it? But like everything else in Orlando, if you plan well enough, you can easily fit in all of those activities that we've mentioned, and you wouldn't have to choose. Do them all. That's what your day's for.
Yeah.
Get there nice and early, 7:15, check in, go get your breakfast. You've got the whole day then. I hate that noise. It's about 45 minutes to go and you hear it over the tannoy. We're closing in 45 minutes. Oh, that's the worst thing you hear that day. Everyone groans, don't they? Who don't want to leave.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you've got your dolphin swim, if you've booked the dolphin swim, then you don't get assigned a time until you get there in the morning. So it is assigned on a first come first serve basis. If you desperately want a dolphin swim in the morning, you need to get there before they open to get that time. If you're not bothered, go when you go. If you've booked the dolphin swim, you're going to get the dolphin swim. It's just you'll end up with a later time in the day. If that's not an issue for you, then go when you go.
That's it. And that's another benefit of going really early, isn't it? And checking in nice and early, because you get to choose that time. You know, if you've got little kids and you don't want them swimming in that full sun at like 2 p.m, then the earlier you get there, the better. And also, if you've chosen the sea venture and the dolphin swim, they normally want you to have at least 2 hours between them. So get there nice and early so that they can assign both of those times around what you want to do that day.
Yeah. Sea venture, Sammie, as well, just to let people know. I'm not entirely sure if you might know this more. You can't drink, can you, beforehand? So no
That's
alcohol
correct.
For a certain time beforehand. And I think, and again, correct me, is there something about flying?
Yes, you can't fly within 24 hours of doing sea venture as well, so that's a good point to note. There's also, if you've got any medical conditions, I mean, like me, don't do it if you're claustrophobic, but make sure you haven't got any breathing difficulties, neck difficulties, because you've got a whacking great big helmet on, so just make sure you've got nothing medical that would stop you from doing that as well. But yes, it's a good point to raise. 24 hours. So if you're going to do sea venture, don't be doing that the day before you go home. Okay.
Yeah, and if you do want a drink, get your sea venture done in the morning so you can have a drink.
So there we are. We're going. Yeah, go back. Go back to what we said. Get there at 7:15. Get there nice and early. Choose your both times for that as well, so that then you've got the rest of the day to make use of the drink. So if you would have chosen different options, let us know in the comments below, and tell us, what would you do? But what is Discovery Cove? We get asked that all the time. People that have never been, they say, what is it? I just say to everyone, imagine someone looking at a tropical island postcard and they said, but what if we added unlimited snacks and a wetsuit? That's basically Discovery Cove, isn't it?
It's a little tropical oasis in the midst of all the hustle and bustle of the theme parks.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
What it is.
And it's an all-inclusive day. So that's included in the price of your ticket. You know, you get your breakfast, lunch, snacks, soft drinks. There's even some beer and wine that is still free throughout the day for you after you've done sea venture.
Domestic beers, so Budweiser, that kind of.
That's it. Absolutely, make the most of that. What should we pack, Sarah, for our day?
You should just pack swimwear. That's all you need. Swimwear. They provide wetsuits, they provide towels, they provide your snorkel, your mask, sun cream. Don't take your own sun cream. You won't be allowed to use it. You have to use their animal-friendly sun cream, which is the thickest substance known to man and does not spread easily, but you don't need it. So basically you need change of clothes and your swimwear.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it. As little as possible for Discovery Cove. Let's just quickly talk about that sun cream. So they're in pumps all around the park, aren't they? Mm-hmm. But don't be like Sammie. Don't do a Sammie. The very first time I ever went, I literally pumped it, slapped it on. It's so thick. I look like the abominable snowman all day long. I was white. Yeah. So don't do that, people. liberally. Do it liberally.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Pack lightly. Swimwear, maybe something, maybe a waterproof thing for your phone. Some people like to take their phones with them, don't they? Money for souvenirs or photos, because they do have photographers and videographers in the water when you are doing your dolphin swim. And they will show you these photos after. There is no obligation whatsoever to have any. But you can't take your own cameras into the water. That's purely for the health and safety of the dolphins. People can stand at the water's edge though, can't they? And they can take photos. Yeah.
Now, just to say, Sammie, I'm just going to ask you something. Seawheel parks are now cashless. Does Discovery Cove take cash?
I would say take card. No, I would say take card because they are cashless. Yeah. But just make sure you've got something that you can pay with for sure. But yes, I would. That's a very good point, Sarah, actually.
Yeah. Wetsuit wise, you can have a shorty wetsuit. You don't have to have a wetsuit if you don't want a wetsuit. You can have a little vest, zip up vest.
Yeah.
If you have children, and this was certainly true of my kid, who was a very skinny, nothing of child, and she got cold very easily in the water, you can have wetsuit on top of wetsuit with a zip up vest on top to try and keep you warm. That's particularly useful in the colder months when the water is not quite as warm as I would like it. So layer up with multiple wetsuits. They will give you more than one wetsuit if you need it.
And don't worry, there's got lots of them, so they're not going to run out of wetsuits. And they're amazing, aren't they? You walk up and they just instantly know what size you are, don't they? Instantly. They're so good at it. They just look at you and go, yep, there you go, that's yours. And you think, doesn't possibly look like it will fit, but it does.
And they have wetsuits for every size, every shape of body. Do not worry if you are a size 6 or a size 20. Do not worry about it. There is a wetsuit for you.
Yep, there absolutely is. And going on those snorkels, you know, and the masks and what have you, do you know they do prescription ones as well? So you can get your own prescription if you're wearing glasses. Now they are limited, but they do have some of those as well, so that's always good to know. And also it's a certified autism centre, isn't it, Discovery Cove? So they know all about autism. They're well trained in all of that, and they've actually got a nice quiet room. So if it does get too much, if you've got a sensory overload and you just need a quiet space, there is a quiet room near the first aid room, and you can just go in there. It is first come first served, should I say, but absolutely make use of that as well. There's nothing to stop you having a great day at Discovery Cove. Don't we? All the different animals that you can see throughout the park. I mean, I know that if you're quick enough, you can see the moray eels as well. I know they're hidden in little grottos, aren't they? While you're snorkeling and what have you. We spoke about the marmosets. There's thousands of tropical fish. Oh my goodness, when you just go down to the Grand Reef, that's just fantastic, isn't it, when you snorkel down there. The rays as well, you've got the rays down there.
All the rays. And again, another extra you can do, you can feed the rays first thing in the morning as well, if that's an extra that you want to add on. Yeah. You can go and feed the rays. And don't worry, the rays, they don't have the stinger on the tail, so you're not going to get stung. Don't worry about that, you're fine.
You're perfectly safe. And so I think it's just a lush day, isn't it? You know, get there really early, go and get your breakfast, go and find out where you're going to plonk all your stuff. You've got free lockers as well, you know, so you can lock everything safely away if you don't just want to dump it somewhere. Lock them safely away. Just go and enjoy your day. It's just water-based all day. Just really chill out.
I forgot something as well. So you also don't need shampoo and conditioner. It's in there. Correct. It's in the showers.
Yeah.
So unless you really, really are precious about what you put on your hair, don't take shampoo and conditioner either, because that's included.
It is. They think of everything, don't they? Absolutely everything. Towels, lockers, wetsuits, snorkeling. Yeah, and they think of absolutely everything for you. So it's a great day, well worth the money. And they've got several different packages they can have as well. So it's not just Discovery Cove. Just for a little bit extra, you can add on SeaWorld and Aquatica and even Busch Gardens as well. So they've got so many different packages, and it's not much difference. When you think that SeaWorld's about $140 on the day plus tax if you just buy at the gate, it depends when you're going, but I've seen it as little as £10 difference to add on SeaWorld. Yeah. So, always just, decide which other things that you want to do and add them in. It'd be much cheaper for you to do it that way.
Just talking about children and water safety and things like that. So there are also free life jackets throughout the park, not just for children. If you feel more comfortable wearing a life jacket as an adult, you absolutely can. In fact, everybody has to wear a life jacket in the Grand Reef. That is a prerequisite for getting in the Grand Reef. Everybody has to put on a life jacket. But for the lazy river, it can get very deep in places. It does get very deep in places. I think it's about 8 foot.
Yeah, it's quite deep.
So if you're not a confident swimmer, regardless, child, adult, if you're not a confident swimmer, pop on a life jacket. They also have like the swim noodles that you can use in the lazy river as well. So don't feel, uncomfortable about wearing a life jacket. If you need one, you need one. And I will just say, when the lazy river, there are a couple of places near to the aviary where it's a precautionary measure to stop the birds escaping. There's waterfalls, and you have to swim through the waterfall. They are super, super, super strong. So just be aware, you're going to have to swim through, either dive down or just shut your peepers and go through. I did it first and nearly, was not very comfortable because I'm not a very strong swimmer, was not very comfortable with it. And then I realised, hang on, I've got a mask. Put my mask on, through the waterfall, perfect. So
there's no escaping them, is there? There isn't. They're there, so you've got to go through them. But it's fun. Yeah. It is fun. Well, thank you. Now it's Q&A time, where we answer questions sent in by our listeners, Sarah. And if anybody wants to send in a question, we love to read them. So please send them. Just email them over to us to jumpthequeue@attractiontickets.com. So if you've got a burning question and you'd like us to cover it, let us know. But this week, we've got a question from Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Alice says, "Hi, Sammie and Sarah. I love the podcast. Thanks so much for all the tips. We're planning a trip to Orlando and already have Disney and Universal booked. So it's shaping up to be a pretty full and expensive itinerary. But we've been looking at Discovery Cove and it's quite a big cost. So I just wanted to ask, do you actually think it's worth adding on? Or is it quite similar to other parks I'll be visiting? Thank you."
Well, it's not similar to anything else in Orlando. It's not a water park. You can't compare it to a water park. Obviously, it's not comparable to a theme park. So it's not similar to anything else, firstly. Secondly, if your budget will stretch to it, I would absolutely recommend a day at Discovery Cove. Doesn't have to include the dolphin swim. If you want to keep the cost down a little bit more, go for the non-dolphin swim. Absolutely worth it. I like it in the middle of my holiday just to sit back, relax, recharge the batteries, as we've said, and ready to go again for another week of fast-paced fun. It's just a chance to just reset, chill out, and just force yourself to relax. Because if you're like me and you're a type A person, you won't relax. You'll just keep going and going and going and going and going. So Discovery Cove Day forces me to relax.
Absolutely. And that is the thing, isn't it? I think we are all go on these holidays sometimes, aren't we? We just need time to just say, let's just level that out a little bit. Let's just recover. Let's put our feet up. Your feet are covered in blisters. Let's just relax those for a little while and just make the most of this, tropical lifestyle. That's what it is. So I definitely think it's worth adding on. Like we said there, Alice, there are different packages that you can take and we can talk you through those. We can talk you which is best for you as well. But I just think Discovery Cove is beautiful. I think your biggest challenge is remembering what day of the week it is when you're there, because you're so chilled out, aren't you? But give us a call, Alice. That's the best thing to do. Give us a call and let's talk to you.
One thing that I get asked quite a lot, Sammie, and I'm sure you do too, is what the best day of the week to go to Discovery Cove is. Should we leave it on the weekend? Should we go on a weekday? My recommendation is to always do Discovery Cove on a weekend day, because Discovery Cove has a limited capacity. So once they've hit that capacity, that's it. And it's a very low limited capacity. So even if the park is completely sold out and completely full, it's not going to feel like it's completely full. So whereas the other theme parks at the weekend can get very, very busy, because that's when the locals come out to play. They go to the parks at the weekends. So go to Discovery Cove. It's lower capacity. You're not going to feel as and it's just that would be my recommendation anyway.
Yeah, mine too, Sarah. This is what I always tell people, and they don't believe you. They think, oh no, it's got to be busy, but it isn't. 1,300 people, that's all they allow in. You know, that's why you see sold out dates, because those dates have reached that capacity. Whereas I think SeaWorld, don't they allow about 35,000 people a day in, something like that? So 1,300 is not much. And there are times you can walk around their park and not see anybody, isn't there, in Discovery Cove? It really is lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I would if your budget will allow it, I would absolutely consider adding it to your plans. And if you've got children, it's such a magical way for them to connect with nature, and again, you know, go and swim with the fishies. It's just, I've such lovely memories of my daughter doing it with me, and you know, snorkeling away, and she just had the absolute best time.
It's amazing. We get that a lot as well, don't we? They are special memories, you know, and let's face it, it's a lot of money to go to Orlando, and all these other things that you're doing, Alice, as well. You know, it is a lot of money, but you are doing that. You are creating those memories, and this is one of the biggest memories you'll have, is Discovery Cove, for sure. So I definitely think it's worth it. Okay, so that's it for this week's episode. If you've got any other questions though, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much for listening as always. Don't forget to subscribe to our dedicated YouTube channel. You'll see everything there first. And if you've been tuning in every episode, go ahead and even leave us a review. We love to read them. Thanks everybody.